Welcome back. I'm Michael Bull, and this is the Commercial Real Estate Show. Today, our show is called LinkedIn Mastery for Business Leaders. Join us in Studio One. We have Stephen Jones with LinkedIn Site. And this segment is called Connecting with People. What if you don't know Jack? Right? So if you don't know Jack, you're in the right place, right?
Absolutely.
There's no one named Jack here, right? Well, first of all, I've got to ask you this. How do you determine who to accept an invitation from? Who should you connect with when they ask? I've got a lot of people asking me, and I don't know.
And you're like, I don't know you. I don't know Jack. That's a good question. That's one of the most popular questions we get asked is, should I accept invitation requests from people that I don't know? Mm-hmm. And it is at least a two-part answer. Part of it's personal preference. If some people they keep their contacts close to their chest. If I don't know you, I'm not going to accept. That's fine. I'm totally cool with that. If you're in sales, you don't need to be that way. I'll tell you up front. If you're in sales or if you're in recruiting, you generally want to accept generally everybody. There are certain people from maybe different regions of the world where I am just never, ever going to do business, and they're non-English speaking countries. And, I don't need to accept your request. But, my philosophy that served me well since 2006 or whenever I got on was to accept the connection requests of people that I don't know, unless they're non-English speaking countries or whatever, because you don't know who they know. They might be a massage therapist, and I don't really service massage therapists, but his or her husband could be the CEO of a large company, and I don't know, and you don't know. So our general rule is to accept. It takes just a couple of seconds to disconnect from somebody. So if you ever regret that decision and you want to disconnect, it takes about 2 seconds. So if you don't know Jack, we generally recommend to connect, just because you don't know what doors lie open with that person.
Yeah, and it's interesting too how it comes across. And one of my questions for you is how do you ask someone to connect with you? Because that's going to also help you get accepted or not, right?
Sure. Yeah, you never want to use the default message. And one of the lazy man's ways of doing invites is to do like a mass upload and then do a mass invite. And when you do that, you are saving yourself a lot of time. And if they know you, that's fine. If I got an invite from you and it was the default message, I would still accept. But you want to take the time and do an individual invitation, because you want to change that default message. At least put hello, just at the bare minimum. Yeah. Put it in front of the default message at least. But how do I know you? Are we in the same group together? It doesn't have to be long. It could just be a sentence, but change that default message.
And you can ask too many people, right? I think when we first started the show 3.5 years ago, I invited a lot of people, and I think LinkedIn contacted me and says, well, you're getting a little spammy here. Well, I was inviting anybody in commercial real estate industry, and they thought I was getting a little spammy, so I cut that out and just started inviting people that I knew better.
Yep. Yeah, they will put a pause on your account for inviting people. I've seen that before too, where and someone had I think they had uploaded a file and sent a whole bunch of invites at once, and then all of a sudden they couldn't invite anymore, and they had to go through LinkedIn's little process of, okay, I promise I won't do it again. LinkedIn kind of slaps your hand and says, don't do that again, and then they turn it back on for you.
Okay, so who should people ask to connect with them?
So I ask, and for our clients, it's colleagues. Well, actually, it really depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to grow your business and to find more prospects, and it's more sales oriented, then you want to invite people who would be possible prospects for your business, or maybe potential partners for your business. I'm a big believer in joint venture partnerships, and I seek out and find joint venture partnership relationships through LinkedIn, and I send them an invite. And that's part of the message I put in there too, is I just want to say, hey, is there a way we might be able to do some business together? Let's have a phone conversation. Yeah. So prospects would be one, joint venture partnership possibilities would be another. colleagues that maybe would be helpful for you. Good door openers would be good for you.
Okay.
So,
And what does the open link icon mean? I'm a open link person. What does that mean to our listeners?
means you're an open person.
Thank you.
Basically means that you're open to the invitations, because some people
I'm more receptive.
Yeah, more receptive.
Yeah.
Because it is, if you get too many people who say I don't know you, and too many people that won't accept your request, LinkedIn flags you and says, you know what, I think you're inviting too many. So there's people who will say, you know what, I really just want to start to connect with some people that are open networkers like you.
Yeah, well, that's great. And I'm open to all my show listeners connecting on LinkedIn. So
Good.
You're invited.
Send Michael a request.
All right, quick break. More LinkedIn Mastery for Business Leaders in just a moment. I'm Michael Bull. This is the Commercial Real Estate Show. We'll be right back. The Commercial Real Estate Show is brought to you by Atlanta Office Liquidators, new and used furniture liquidators, France Media, publications and conferences, Florida International University, Real Crowd, and Bull Realty Commercial Brokerage, a great place to do business. For more information on these companies or to access additional podcasts, videos, or blogs, visit commercialrealestateshow.com.